Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So today I thought that I would tell you a little bit about my SJSU orientation and also share some advice for people who haven't had their orientation yet. But before I get into that, I just want to let you all know that the winner of my road video, my Go giveaway, will be announced on Sunday. So if you do still want to enter that, tweet me telling me a little bit about your channel. And if you don't have Twitter, please email me telling me a little bit about your channel. So for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Mallon. I'm almost 19 years old and I'm a public relations major in the School of Journalism and Mass Communications. But most of the things that I'm going to talk about will apply to people of any major. So I guess I'll just go in order and tell you all about everything that happened. So when I got to orientation, we had to wait in a really long line to check in and get our housing keys. And then once I got my key and was checked in, I got to go to my room. Everyone who came to the orientation stayed in CVB, which is one of the nicer dorms in my opinion. Some people had single rooms, some people had double rooms. Some people even had 3 or 4 people in a room. But I got pretty lucky and I only had to share my room with one other person. And after I dropped my bag off in the room, I went to get my picture taken for my tower card, which is basically SJSU's version of a student ID. And we got these on the second day right before registration. So this is what the tower card looks like. As you can see, I'm really good at taking ID pictures. So after we had a kickoff presentation, so the president and some other important people talked to us a little bit about the school. And then we met with our small groups and talked about what was going to happen during the orientation. And after that, we had a presentation about finances and the student accounts and all of that good stuff. But I personally didn't get any financial aid, so it didn't really apply to me. I just have to pay for my first semester by August 14th, which is actually the day before my birthday. And then after that, we had lunch and a resource fair where we got to check out booths from different clubs and on-campus organizations. And then after that, we had special interest sessions. I went to the one about transportation because I am planning on taking VTA to school, but they had a lot of different sessions. They had one about club sports, they had one about study abroad, they had one about meal plans, they had one about stress, and everything on both sides of this piece of paper. So there are a lot of sessions to choose from, but you only get to pick one, so make sure that it's one that you think will really help you. Then after that, we had a presentation about student rights and responsibilities. We talked about school rules, and we also went over lockdown procedures because that's something that we have to go over in this day and age, which is really unfortunate. And then after that, the orientation leaders put on some skits about campus life and some of the things that we went over in the other presentations. So after the skits, we went with 2 other small groups and had a panel where we could ask the orientation leaders any questions about the school. After the panel, we had dinner, and then after dinner, we went to a workshop about diversity because SJSU really does value diversity and really wants to make the school a safe place for everyone. And the workshop was actually pretty informative and interesting, and we had some really great discussions about diversity. So then after the workshop, we went back to our rooms, and I brought my laptop, which I would highly recommend doing, and I looked up some classes so I could be ready for registration the next day. So then we went to sleep and had to get up pretty early the next day because we had to meet with our groups at 7:30 in the morning. And then after we met up with our groups, we had breakfast, we had our advising presentations, and for advising we got broken up into our colleges, and the advisors there will tell you about what classes you should take and answer any questions that you have. And they also gave us a list of recommended classes and a general education planning worksheet. So after advising, we went to a computer lab to actually register for the classes. I'm really glad that I brought my own computer because it allowed me to enroll in my classes right when registration opened at 11 o'clock. So if you want to be in a class that doesn't have that many seats left, bring your own computer and click enroll at exactly 11 a.m. or whenever the registration time is for you, so that you can get the classes that you need at the times that are best for you. So these are my classes for the fall. I have a career development class. I have English 1A, which is the freshman English class. I have a kinesiology class, which is yoga, and that's to fulfill one of my PE requirements. And then I have a math class and a theater class. I was hoping to get into a history class, but unfortunately all of the spots were taken. So after we registered, we checked out of the dorms and then went home. So overall, the orientation was pretty good. It was a little bit repetitive for me because I did go to the admitted Spartan day, and I went on a few tours before that, and I'm also from the Bay Area. But for people who are from other parts of California or other parts of the country or the world, I'm sure it was really helpful and informative. But if you're from the area and have been to SJSU a bunch of times, you might get a little bit bored. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions for me, feel free to comment them down below. And if you haven't had your orientation yet, make sure to bring your laptop because it'll really help you out. That's pretty much all I have for this video, and I'll see you all very soon with a new one. Goodbye.